Hjello guys, Lillgryn back again with a new video, and today I'm introduce you guys to my new water cooling system that makes me be able to boost my graphics just like this. But before the video starts, I just have to give a small little shout out to my boy Sneddy Gamer. And if you don't know about Sneddy Gamer, he's the one who, you know, mods the devices so you can get 60 FPS and you know, super high graphics. And he told me that he know a way how to get 120 FPS, which I really want to try out, so I just have to shout him out. But in general, his content is pretty good. He also teaches you some hacks then and then, so yeah, check him out, link in the description. See guys, here we are at my first water cooling vlog. Today what we did was that we bought some tubes. We bought a pump. Yeah, this one. And now we're connecting the pump with a adapting charger. I don't know where it is. Oh, it was right in front here. Lol. And then we have my wine cooler here, which simply can, you know, cool this thing down to like, it can cool this thing down to like 4 degrees, which is really cold and nice. And also for my iPad we have these like copper tubes, which we all bought from, we all bought those things from Biltema. Shout out to them. Except for this old wine cooler that was just at my grandparents' house. So yeah, that's what we have done today. Maybe I can show you some footage of the pump, but yeah. Is to try to connect them. We also have some electric tape to tape on. This is like plus and the minus pole. You know, you need that with the electronicity, but you know, most of you guys are like small kids and maybe don't understand this. Yeah, and this is interesting because now we're plugging in this, which is going right here to this little pump, and as you can hear, it's like a pop dun 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 dun. And here you can see it pumps out a bit of water. We don't want the flow or the load, like it can't go too fast through this thing because this is like a water cooler and it needs to have time to cool down the water in here. And if it's just too fast, the water won't have time to get cooled. So yeah, pretty damn nice. Yeah, this is the new look of the beautiful water cooling setup right down here. This just makes my gaming setup look so much more cooler, if you get what I mean, haha. This is actually the first test of the new water cooling system. Just plugging in the electricity for the pump to see if it works. So yeah, what happened there is just that the water pump is a bit too weak to start the water flow by itself, so you have to get some help by, you know, sucking and squeezing, and yeah, now it works fine. Take a look at my new beautiful iPad water cooler. Damn, these graphics look really nice. But you may wonder, how does this machine actually work? You know, maybe you couldn't see clearly because it was just so sexy, so you couldn't see the whole thing. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you in a little noob draw style video. I just didn't know how this thing worked. It's pretty much like this. Here we have the wine cooler, and from that it's going out with this what the fudge? With these plastic tubes, you know, like this. Oh, it's kind of fat, but you know, usually it's smaller. And then we have like this going through some copper tubes like this, and that's on a copper plate like this, and this is attached to the iPad. And yeah, obviously it's going to have some water going out, so that water is going down here to this. And just to mention, right here we have a little pump, as you guys can see, a pretty nice pump, and that's pretty much pumping around water going to the iPad, cooling it down. Hot water going back, getting cooled by the wine cooler pretty much. I know the wine cooler isn't really the most professional way to cool water down, but that's how the system works. But the water is actually around 20 degrees Celsius or in there, which is, you know, definitely really good, especially since it goes to the copper and it actually gets really cold, which is nice. And yeah, this is about room temperature, and it can make me overclock my iPad. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about, because I know it's not overclocking, but yeah, whatever. It makes me be able to boost my graphics, which is fantastic.
Nice.
But now you guys may wonder, does this system actually work? Does it cool down your iPad so you can use higher graphics settings? And the way I tried this was that I played some Fortnite on the highest settings in creative for about 10 to 15 minutes, then I decided to go in and do a benchmark. And yeah, I know you can do multiple benchmarks at a time, but my 3D slingshot always crashes, so yeah, that's why I played Fortnite before and then it did a benchmark. Works pretty fine. And yeah, so first of all, I'm just gonna show you guys the score of just doing a benchmark without playing the game, without using a cooler. Just you know, using the iPad when it's at a good temperature and not using any high processing apps or programs, you know, right before the benchmark. So yeah, these scores are pretty good for my device, a bit above average. So yeah, let me show you the benchmark scores after playing Fortnite Mobile for a few minutes without a water cooler in creative on the highest graphic settings. And as you can see, the scores drops about with 22 to 23%, which is quite a lot. But now let me show you the benchmark scores with the water cooling system. And wow, surprisingly the scores actually didn't decrease anything, but actually increased by about 1k benchmark points. And that just shows how good this water cooler actually is. And now you guys may wonder, should I build one myself? Because I think all the ingredients that you know, was included, I already had a wine cooler as I said, but the rest cost around $50, which is pretty reasonable. However, I have to tell you guys that I bought all of these things not from any gaming PC water cooling shop. I bought them from a like car equipment shop, whatever, called the Biltema in Sweden, which is pretty nice. Though I just have to mention that the copper plate wasn't actually bought from Biltema. I actually asked my grandpa to go to the local metal shop, or I don't really know what's called in English. Also, my grandpa is a car mechanic and he helped me a lot with, you know, building the system, or he pretty much built the whole thing. But yeah, it's with his, you know, mechanical skills that he helped me building this, so shout out to him. Though if you're smart and maybe a bit experienced with electronicity, you could probably build one yourself, and if not, you can just buy a water cooling kit for around $200, which is pretty pricey, and then of course buy one of these copper things that the Linus Tech Tips had in his own video. That's if you don't want to build one yourself. Could I recommend it though? If I say it like this, a new iPad Air 3 or iPad mini, including a water cooling system, is most likely, you know, a lot better than just having the latest iPad Pro. And it's also cheaper. Though, you maybe not want to have a big water cooling system if you just want to sit in bed or on the couch playing some Fortnite and chill. Though, as you guys may know, the iPad Pro 2018 is a pretty good device. You actually don't need a water cooler to play at, you know, decent settings and 60 FPS. However, I felt like I wanted to play at the absolute best settings, so I just decided to build one, more for fun, not because, you know, you need a water cooling for your iPad now, because that's not the case. It's more just a fun thing to build, and it just looks so hot. My conclusion is, though, that you should try yourself and see what you have at home, maybe what you can buy cheaply, because these systems, they don't require, you know, any huge PC gaming kits if you don't want to, like, just buy it and, you know, have it pretty much finished. Maybe just need to build and fix a bit. Because the pump that I use is actually one of those that you use to spray some sort of cleaning soap to clean the windows on the car. And, you know, it only costs around $10, which is pretty nice. However, I know that this video maybe wasn't the greatest because I got a cold and I don't really know how to make these types of videos properly either, so yeah. However, do I recommend this system to you guys? It all depends though, how much money you wanna spend on, you know, mobile gaming in general. However, it would be cool if, you know, some of the bigger content creators like Ducky the Gamer or Essence and Santa would, you know, try to make one of these systems themselves. It would be really interesting to see. However, does my homemade water cooling system work?
But does it work? The answer is a resounding absolutely yes, it does.
Linus Tech Tips is actually the one that inspired me to, make my own water cooling system. However, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and maybe that you learned something new, and until next time, have a great rest of your day, guys.